All right. See if anybody comes over here.
Does it just start playing?
Yeah, I think it just starts playing. It should. I've never really gone live like this before, so.
Righteous, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. How you been?
Man, I am living the life of Riley, brother.
Sorry I missed you.
Yeah, whoever Riley is.
All right. Let's go to the channel. Oh, Peter's watching. Okay. So, yeah, I was talking to Righteous about how what do you call it? How it went yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just asking questions about like some of the other ones.
A lot of good films, man. A lot of good films.
Yeah.
And then there was some where it's like,
Yeah.
Out of 100 for 30 to get selected and yours to be one, that says all.
Yeah. That's great.
It speaks volumes.
What was your favorite one that wasn't ours?
I hate to say it, man, but the one I'll Be Your Dog.
Oh, dude.
I guess just the grossness of it.
Yeah.
It kind of stood out above everything else because, believe it or not, a lot of people had a lot of apocalyptic thoughts for their film, but that one just was weird. It just stood out.
Yeah.
It seems like they really went for it.
Yeah, they did. I was like, whoa, that's kind of aggressive, but the kids won't mind.
Yeah, they definitely went hard on it. So
Yeah.
It was wild.
Did they use music? Was there music in it? Do you remember?
I think so.
Yeah, just like kind of like background killer music.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what it was. Like it was set up like it was like kind of like this douchebag guy was sitting on a couch with their Alyssa Jones, and she's all hot, but her dog died, and he was trying to, he's trying to get some. So he was like, "Oh, I'll be your dog." And later on, it cuts to them in bed, and she's like, "You want to be my dog?" And that's when she bites his nuts off.
Yeah. Oh, the human being.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I misunderstood. Does he turn into a dog?
She stitches a dog face to his face.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, dude. It was shocking, but at the same time, it was hilarious.
Right.
How was the mask or whatever? Like corny looking?
It's a cheap dog mask. Something from like a costume store.
Oh.
Yeah. But the funny thing is they got the cops called on them because he was screaming, and neighbors heard the screaming and thought something was wrong.
Oh, they shared that with you? They didn't put it in this film that way.
No.
Yeah.
She shared it on the Q&A thing.
That's cool.
During one part of the scene, I hope that was chocolate, but he sniffed some dog shit and ended up eating some of it.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
I'm going to say it was pudding or some melted Snickers bars.
No doubt. Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth. Right. Floating in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do this? Highlight? Nope. Oh, I can't highlight can't do it on as a business page. That's stupid. I'm just trying to get people in here.
No problem if they don't. I'm glad we're talking.
Yeah.
But Righteous, bro, we got to do something.
Yeah, man.
We got to do something. I mean, I'm sure everybody has a million ideas, but definitely your acting style, you commanded the screen. Like when you were on, fucking people were locked in.
Cool.
This
Thank
shit's
you.
fucking funny, So
yeah, man, I'm a fan of yours too. So
Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling him like that got a good pop out of the people.
Funny.
Like it was so funny that like there were things that I found funny like after editing it and putting it together that I'm like, oh, this is fun. That like, oh my god, like an audience, they
responded.
Well, so
there's no better feeling there.
Yeah. And the dialogue was good too. I felt like a lot of the films didn't have great dialogue. We actually had good dialogue.
Yeah.
Our
interactions and
it was good.
And that was the thing that I thought was really good too, was like everybody seemed to be like just kind of flowing naturally, like conversationally. And then, again, I told Righteous that I thought our audio quality was leaps above everybody.
Oh my god, there's a lot of people who's like, Jesus, you did that on your like phone? Like you could tell the sound was
on.
Oh yeah. Like there was one that like they had their two main actors that were mic'd up, and they tried to let everybody else's dialogue like get caught on those mics, and it was times like all of a sudden the lead would like be so loud, and then like whoever else was speaking was like,
Exactly.
That sucks. That's
right.
It was a good turnout too, man. The place was packed, so people came out and supported each other.
yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it looked awesome, like for real, like, and it must be such a great network for people who if there is a true community of support and not some cutthroat shit, and if you really are trying to actually, even if it's cutthroat, but you're trying to like level up, because is Smodcastle at large, is the New Jersey independent film scene a place to navigate, to get like to climb the ladder, even just from like getting, for you, Paul, like to get like, if like like, all right, for example, because I'm getting older and I'm like not desperate, but like I see someone that I like, I'm forward. Yo, I dig your style. Here's my card. If you're in harmony with me, like you just said, Tim, if you're in harmony with me, and you got the dream deep in your belly still, hit me up because I'm down. Like I told you that already, Paul. And like, so
Yeah.
if we're in the same vibe, like, we ain't getting younger. We obviously all feel like we have something to offer this world. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm ready, always ready.
Yeah, like, and so is it like being at a thing like that is that, I don't know, is that the
That town
smart?
is small. The community is there, but believe it or not, there's only 4,400 people in Atlantic Heights. So I mean, but as to show something, it's a great place, but it's
Yeah.
it's very small community there, and it's
Yeah,
it's
you got to
small.
try.
It's tiny.
Yeah, and you'd have to try. You're traveling there. It's like destination for the filmmakers at large, because they came from all over New Jersey, all over the country,
Dude, all
Yeah,
over the world. There was
all
one
over
that
the
was
world.
either Australia or New Zealand,
That's
right.
cool.
and there was we had there was Alabama, I think,
Mhm.
right? Alabama,
Alabama, Texas. Yes,
Texas,
Oh wow,
the
Texas.
campy kids. They actually live in a motorhome. I did a little research on them. They live in a motorhome and they just travel all around.
That's
that's cool.
crazy.
Yeah. So it's a parents and their 4 kids.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
wild. They did this whole film where it was like and they're gonna do a Jersey Devil one too.
Yeah, that should be
Oh,
good.
fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like a whole family that want to be filmmakers.
Really? That's like hippie vibes.
Yeah, yeah, motorhome, the whole nine. It's a nice
Wow.
motorhome, but I'm assuming they're homeschooling the kids because they're on the road 24/7.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
No address. I'm sure they got some, mailboxes somewhere, but no physical address.
Right, citizen of the earth.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Right, not at all.
Apparently, people cannot comment, which is weird.
What, on the where we're at, or on the YouTube?
Like on the uh you're on the live chat? He might be commenting on the actual video. I don't know. But yeah, no, I think it's and because they even mentioned it, a few people mentioned it yesterday, that how we've got Netflix and Paramount and like a bunch of other studios coming to Jersey. It's like Jersey filmmaking
Yeah.
is gonna be like, and maybe it's not like mainstream where you're hitting like all the major, platforms or anything. It's still like all those residuals. You're gonna have actors that come through. You're gonna have
Yeah.
maybe people that are like lower on the call sheet. They're still gonna want work or something. So maybe they might see
Mhm.
something local and say, hey, I want to work with this person.
Mhm.
And I think it's going to be great for people to get noticed.
Yeah.
So for like you and Tim, like, the more stuff you guys do, I think it could potentially just elevate you guys into, say, like, oh, you know what, we want to bring them in.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, what is it, you get your SAG after cards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to SAG until I got movies that are going to pay for that union dues because
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I'm happy being an independent. I'm happy to be non-SAG.
Yeah.
Mm.
Until that time comes where I'm actually doing a film that they make me go SAG, which is $9,000 or more, and I got a bigger role, then I'll do
Yeah.
SAG.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
I'm not paying no dues,
Right.
and then also
especially not working steady.
kind of
Mhm.
going to like we were talking before we went live about like AI and authenticity. It's like it's almost independent cinema is almost more authentic than anything else.
Sure.
And like now with all the distribution things that we have, like Tubi and YouTube and stuff, it's
Right.
Right. And the best part is right now is we don't have any more gatekeepers. So if you want to put a film out, you can. And Paul's, I have that Tubi Connect. My boy Omar does distribution. That's why I got Hear the Wind Blow on Tubi. So
Yeah.
a lot of people try and downplay Tubi, but it's owned by Fox. It's a
Right.
major streaming network. There's bad movies on Netflix. Are there some bad movies on Tubi? Of course there is.
Yeah.
There are bad movies on Netflix? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
There's like bad
that's a good
movies
point.
everywhere. Like you can go into Amazon and they're like almost mostly bad movies because I guess they lose their rights to whatever movies after a certain point. Like I guess they only contract for a few months and then it's like, okay, they're gone, and then it's like, well, let's fill it up with all these really bad sci-fi movies.
Right.
No, but I think it's super intriguing about what the future holds. And honestly, I'm kind of thinking like maybe if we can figure out a story, maybe write something to submit to their major film festival where it's like a 4-day festival.
What is that?
So that's just the Smodcastle festival. What did they say yesterday, Tim? I know they said the horror festival's in August.
Yeah, I think the other one was coming up in later on, like September, October. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I think there's a little bit of a gap in between.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I'm like, if we can finish something by then maybe, that's just even more exposure, which would be fun.
Right. I'm thinking comedy. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but with Percy Righteous, his character, man, that's like, I'm thinking like something like The Office meets something. Like, there's people that work in an environment so we can stay to one set. We don't have to worry about spending a lot of money. We got 2 places right here in Lawrence, Paul, that we could use. They're office buildings. We just go in there. One of the guys is a friend of mine, so I'm hoping maybe we can get it for free. If not, it'll be like very minimal amount of money. But I want to keep it in a one environment situation. And then we do, outtakes and BTS and stuff from different scenes, but keep it somewhere where we can control the narrative as far as time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sounds
And
good.
that's what's really interesting is the fact that we can take some time. It's not like we have to shoot everything in one day. It's like we can we could do certain scenes on certain days at different
For sure. Take your time in general and just flesh out a narrative, a story. Yeah, that's cool. I'm game for sure.
Yeah.
I write too, Righteous. So like I said, I have no problems writing. I prefer comedy, horror, drama, whatever it is. I write stories.
Yeah. I'm
fun.
with it too.
I like to shoot stories and tell stories.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Danny Moss is in the chat. Did you have a question, Dan? Or did you want to have a comment? Because it looks like your phone works.
Does he hear me and you and Tim?
Oh yeah, he should be hearing us all because I think he says he's watching on his Xbox, but he's using his phone to chat. So
hey, what's up, Dan?
Okay,
what's going on, brother?
He enjoyed the movie.
That's cool.
What was your favorite part of the movie, Dan? What was your guys' favorite like part of the day? Like,
I would have to say. I'm sorry. You looking for us to comment? We gotta raise our hand.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, whatever.
I wanted to step on the so I think when we first got there.
Yeah.
Because it's the unknown. We don't know about the location. We don't know what prop we need. And it's that, like you said, that nervous energy of holy shit. Like, what if we don't have what they need? And then finding the room was great. I mean, there's so many different areas of that place we could have used. But, it all worked, man. But the favorite part was just getting there. The unknown. And then once we started getting ideas, it was like we could have went anywhere, which we did. But it all worked out.
Yeah, I enjoyed my my riffing in the office, just on the phone, just the little bits of narrative that we came up with, dude getting canceled or being demoted, and just sort of exploring that sort of stuff. That was my favorite part, to be with and then like riffing with Alyssa.
Susan. IRL
Tuesday.
Susan. Yeah,
Susan.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think when we showed up, that was really fun because it was like we're just standing outside the cars before we even got in. So it was even before you got there, right? Just to let us in. Like the ideas just immediately just started flowing, and we hadn't even seen the space yet.
Right.
And because I had gone in with this whole idea, like, okay, let's go in, let's look at the space and see how it could inform the story.
Right.
Like Ed, I think, came right out the gate uh with what if it was a zombie apocalypse? And I'm like, let's toy with that. Let's see
Yeah.
how we can do that. And then one thing
You
led to
were
another.
you were super democratic about it, dude. I respect it. Like, and you really pulled it together because, like, to be you gave everybody a lot of agency to give ideas, and you were really great to work with. Everybody was. Actually, everybody was. I'm sure that we can all relate to those moments of it's just like one person can really alter the energy and be like, "Oh, dude, this is not fun now."
Yeah.
Because you're whoever you are, you're making me feel a certain way, and I don't like it. And I didn't get any of that.
Well, that's good.
Um, I think humility goes a long way, and also that we're all in it together. Like we all were in it to do our best, come up with something new, and just exercise what I think we all believe we have something to offer: humor, creativity, to act. It was rad. And like when you were like, I guess Tim, you were like, I'm playing a pimp. Like I don't
Yeah,
know what's going on, but I know I'm playing a pimp, and it was like, yo,
yeah.
that's crazy.
When
Tim,
you said we get
Tim,
free
Tim.
reign, I was
Uh,
like, yeah. I was like, go ahead, pimp, let's go.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tim's
we
frozen.
yeah, Tim, are you there, bud?
Dude is committed to this frozen bit.
Oh, let's see. Okay, Dan said he liked everything, and he
Cool.
said my cousin Nick has a crush on Righteous.
Oh, that's
There you
nice.
go.
Nick's got great taste.
That's what I say. He's got great taste. And my sister, she says, "Sorry I couldn't get there sooner. What's next for the Junkies?" We were discussing that earlier. We Who knows?
Right.
We want to do comedy, we do a little bit of drama. We want to do whatever story kind of like speaks to us, because that's what was so much fun um while we were kind of collaborating and all bouncing ideas off each other. It was really fun to I don't know, just like build on top of someone else's idea. Like it was like, Righteous, you had the idea, for Percy and how you wanted to do it. And I was like, oh, that will fit if we connect it with this thing. And
Yeah.
then Susan would come in and say, oh, well, then we have this thing here. And even Cord, the guy who was working the boom was like, oh, you know what? If you did this thing,
Yeah.
can't remember pinpoint exactly what thing it was. Let's see if I can
Tim,
bring Tim
he's
back.
back.
Is he
He's
back?
back. And he's better than ever. Ladies and
I don't know.
gentlemen, Tim McRae.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he's at. Let's see if Tim, you're watching, I'm gonna kick you from the studio. Then just hit.
Oh, now I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing the comments. I see Steph Alala. Who's that?
Yep.
Your
That's my
sister?
sister. Yep.
Oh, cool. Steph Alala and Charles Drummond, 1713.
Oh yeah. What did Chuck
Charles
say?
Drummond
More to your point.
is the best that has ever been. So I also think having the overall restrictions can make some great and better creativity cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that that's the kind of thing that gets overwhelming. Like, I guess scary is like being able to do whatever you wanted.
Mhm.
All that kind of stuff. Like, because it's almost like paralysis by. There we go. We got Tim back.
All right, yeah, I did. Like I went out and came back in.
Yeah. I was like, hold on. I was like, he's frozen. All right, let me see if I can kick him out and he'll just re-add in. But yeah, it's like sometimes when you don't have those restrictions, it's like you can do anything, and it's like the option paralysis is like too much.
Right. Well, that's why I commend you for, like, I was just trying to in an effort to support you in particular who's producing this thing, like You got to keep it on Earth because it could have gone anywhere. I don't know, dude. It's pretty amazing that you cut it together the way you did. I mean, but also, there was less paralysis on well, you only had X amount of hours. You
Yeah.
had to get it done. So like you were held to the fire. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was and like I said, like, just the cutting part and having to cut some of my favorite stuff
yeah,
was the hardest. Like, there were lines that, that I don't even think any of us registered that Susan, like, slipped in there
right.
until I was editing, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't wanna take that out," but I had to,
Yeah,
and I had to cut the whole scene with you and Ed on the couch. There was so much
right.
good stuff there that it was
It was
like,
all
Yeah,
good. It was funny with the nipple grab and the ass slap. That shit
yeah.
was funny.
That's why I had to put some of that in the behind the scenes so, like, people knew what that was coming.
Yeah.
When do we get to see the director's cut? I'm gonna work on it this week, and then maybe we'll make an announcement and have a little party somewhere.
yeah,
We were discussing that maybe, maybe we do, go to, like, a brewery or someplace and, everybody that couldn't make it out to Atlantic Highlands and, Smodcastle, you know, we'll do,
Oh,
Yeah,
bro,
baby.
you know what would be dope, and you could hit him up is Soup's on in Lambertville,
oh, yeah?
in the back of the JB Klein's music store and cafe there.
Really?
They're really cool and hip cats. Soup's on. They might be, and there is that Acme screening room now in Lambertville
Oh,
too.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So that's what's up.
okay.
Yeah, you got options.
Yeah, there are
Something
options.
will come. Acme screening room. Yeah,
Yep.
Steph's your sister's in on it.
Yep. Yeah, because I've actually it's funny because I've wanted to do because I know they always do the, what is it? Like, the, Halloween, like, horror, uh, what do you call it? Festival, and I thought it'd be fun to actually do, like, a little short to submit for that.
Yeah.
"Can I be in your next movie?" "Sure." If I figure out
Right,
what it is.
right.
Like,
Soon.
what has been awesome is that so many people that, like, I haven't talked to or I don't talk to regularly, I've been seeing the social media posts, and they're all like, "Hey, can I be in it?
That's
Can I do
cool.
something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if I can figure out what I wanna do," you know?
Yeah.
If I figure out something that's, like, interesting or, like, I really wanna do that band thing where
Right.
it's, 3 guys in a studio, and then there's this really messed up situation that takes place, and then
Hmm.
they have this, like, come to Jesus heart to heart moment that it, like, maybe it potentially turns them into a more of a bond, but, you know, that could be the next thing, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the next thing, definitely let it be scripted. That's all.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean? That way, you know where you're going. You have your shots. You have your shot list. You know what you're trying to do, and it won't be like it won't be like a challenge.
yeah, no, absolutely, and I think it would be, I don't know, I definitely another level to the challenge, but it was great, uh, this whole process, like, I really feel like I took, like, a big step up from what I've ever done, because
Yeah.
everything else
Hell yeah, dude.
I've done was I've been shooting myself on
Mhm.
YouTube videos, and it's like, you know, I don't get to manipulate the camera, I don't get to move the camera,
Yeah.
I don't get to see a performance and then say, "Oh, I wanna be tighter on this and this," because that's what was fun too, like, we put like, in the office, I saw that awesome frame of you standing by the window, and I'm like, "I love this, I see this as, like, a movie poster."
Yeah.
And then we did, like, 1 take or 2 takes of you, like, just on the tripod, and then I was like, "Alright, I wanna get in there with the camera." So I was like I went handheld for a lot of it, and I ended up liking the handheld stuff a lot better than the tripod stuff.
Mm.
I think it lended a little bit better to, uh, I don't know, feeling kinda observational, like someone else was in the room, and
Hmm.
that's kinda the feel that I wanted to go for, like, with this whole thing is I kinda wanted the audience to feel like they were actually there and a part of it, you know? So I
I
hope
think
that.
that came across because watching it, that definitely came across.
Yeah,
And
that's
I think for the most part, obviously your feature was a lot more cinematic than most. A lot of them seemed like they were just kind of like trying to get everything in there that needed to be in there. Where
yeah,
you had, we had dialogue, you had a cinematic, you had different shots. So I think everything came together, man. I really do.
Yeah, we had like little
Compared to
threads,
a lot of things.
and that was the one thing. It was like I loved in our whole collaboration process where we were laying down these little threads. Like we were going deep into the mythos of each character, and then we explored that. And that's why I think in the director's cut, I would love to connect those threads and see what some of those payoffs were.
Right.
Because we had, when we were with Percy, you can't call him that, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I have this great shot of Ed, in the room where he calls you Percy, and he's like, Percival. Like he remembers. I'm like, it's just like such a good reaction shot. But
Right.
For time, I had to cut.
Only so much.
You had to sacrifice your darlings.
Yeah, I know. It was honestly the roughest part. A little trade secret that like what really helped me with the audio was I used the AI tool that's built into the editing software, and it does like this auto mix and classification thing, so it normalizes everything, and then I just had to go in and tweak and because sometimes it's a little heavy-handed with the voice isolation, so like it sounds like someone's talking into a microphone, a megaphone. Then you dial it back to get some of the ambience of the room back, and that saved me probably 4 hours. And then the color grade, I was able to spend a little more time on that because that's where I kind of feel like I'm stronger is in my color grading and stuff.
Looks like Modelo, Dan.
Yeah, looks like Modelo. You got a Modelo?
Oh, it's High Life.
I know my light's probably blowing it out.
Yo, how many ounces are those? Those are so
Those are the 7-ounce ponies.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. These are hard to find, so I go to a special place to get these. And as you know, we're not sponsored by Miller High Life, but if we were, this is the Champagne of beers.
Yeah.
Champagne. What the fuck is Champagne?
Yeah.
I mean, I had champagne before, but I've never had Champagne.
You know what my favorite thing is? Christopher Walken as the Continental on Saturday.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Fun, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't take any walk-ins.
Chuck said, I would love to see a little fleshed out version. It felt almost like the book Mysteries of Harris Burdick.
I'm not sure. I don't know that reference.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with.
I have to Google it.
With
elaborate. Tell them to elaborate.
Oh, you're drinking Stone Cold beer? Oh man, I love Stone Cold beer. It's pretty tasty.
Does he make beer, Steve Austin?
Yeah, he has his own El Segundo. Yeah, he's got the Stone Cold like IPAs and an American lager.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because he's been doing a lot of interviews lately where he's like, yeah, I drink beers on Fridays, but that's it. He's like, I can't drink like I used to. He's like, I'm old.
Yeah, who can?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah. But does anybody have any other questions about, for Righteous or Tim about film? Anybody? I saw Kenny was in here.
Kenny?
Yeah, I haven't seen Kenny in a minute.
Yeah, my little nephew.
Yeah.
Nephew.
It's your nephew?
He's older than me.
Dude, I have an aunt that's older than me. Right?
What's his name?
It's my cousin, Phoebe. My niece. I got a niece that's older than me. Yeah, she's my age. That's weird.
Lisa, I hear you. I get that a lot. I don't have it on me though. So
funny. Like people ask me, they're like, "What's Righteous' real name?" I'm like, "That's his real name." Like, what do you want?
Righteous.
I know.
What was your favorite line?
Talk about it every day. Favorite line? I love the Papa bit personally. Like that shit just made me laugh. Papa. It felt so natural. Papa. That's the first thing my mom said too.
Yeah.
She was like, what was that? The movie we were talking about?
Yeah.
And you just met her.
Yeah, that was it. That was so funny. She's like, wait a second. Is that the thing where you said the Papa thing? I was like, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I really like too? And you're gonna laugh because it's so stupid. Susan's Notebook Slam. Holy shit. That shit sounded like a Bible when she slammed that shit down. I was like, God damn, that was a notebook? I'm an award-winning writer.
That was another one of my favorite.
I like when you pointed the cane out and yelled.
Yeah.
You're like when you
You
point the
want
cane
rabbit?
out and yell. Yeah.
I'll
You know
give you rabbits.
you know that
That was a good moment.
there's a
And
bit
I
that I
know that
can't
you tried to like, and you did that several times with through various takes because we don't know what is going to stay on the floor or
Yeah,
whatnot. You know what I mean? So, like, as an
right.
actor with 4.5 minutes and we were there and you shot for hours, you're like, well, I really like this as a choice. I'm going to keep giving it to Paul to
yeah.
give him an option to keep it invariably,
There
which
And
it made
another
it.
part, right? And another part I liked, righteous, was the drinks. Uh, would you like anything? Some Hennessy, some cognac, and then you pause. You're like, water.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, just to smooth over any cultural, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
Right, right.
you know
Trying to
you know
just
you know what else got a pop was, Semisonic.
Oh yeah, tell me something.
The
Oh,
crowd
yeah, I
the crowd
forgot
loved
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
I don't remember
No,
the
Some
context,
pimping
though.
music. Some pimping music. It says
Oh,
Semisonic
yeah, you go,
Semisonic.
"Got it."
right
Semisonic.
there.
No,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
I can't wait to put in there's a bit with Tim and Mike, and Tim's getting a little hostile, and Mike's like, he's like, "Excuse me," like, "Calm down." He's like, he raises the cane, and he's like, "We don't need violence." He's like, "You're gonna get violence." And I'm like, I gotta try to figure out how to put that in there. I'm gonna squeeze it in somehow. Really sell the chaos nature of it all.
Right, right.
Um,
But improv, man. I tell people, any actor, I'll tell you, improv is probably the hardest because it's just off the top of your head.
mhm.
But if you just let your character, and I've done that character before with my WTF brand, so you know I'm familiar with what Sammy Davis Mack is about. He's a
Mm,
little bit of a lush, you know,
mhm.
he's not too hip on technology, but he likes to slide in girls' DMs. But you know, when you put a character out there, it's like the Mike thing with the nipple. I was chuckling off that because I asked Mike, I'm sorry, Ed. I asked Ed, I was like, permission to touch? Ed was like looking at me like, but I didn't want to tell him what I was going to do because I wanted it to be a natural reaction when I squeezed his nipple and smacked
Yeah,
him on the ass.
of course.
So,
No,
but yeah, that was one of my parts that made me laugh.
that
That's
was
cool.
honestly one of my favorites too is when, Righteous comes in and says, "The landlines are down." And Susan just immediately responds.
How was it not plugged in?
Right.
So that was that might be one of my favorites, but it's so hard. It's so hard
Yeah.
But you
to
and
favorite.
you can't forget your best friend's part. They're not
Oh,
junkies.
that shit was
Dude, I
very
was saying
funny.
that shit like I just kept saying it over and over because it just sticks
Yeah.
with me.
Well,
Yeah.
when he said it, like I actually commend him for Mikey, like his commitment. And I don't know how I hope not to sound uppity in any way, but because I don't know his relationship to acting, which he said wasn't very much. But
Can't tell.
the main thing is, yeah, you couldn't tell. And the main thing though is always it is commitment to anything. It's just committing. Whether it's a good choice or not, you can it's subjective and maybe the director says yes or no or cut it or scale it back, but you have to commit even if it's the wrong choice. And Mike did a great job. And when he did that line, I remember like if you used it in the editing, because I think we were both like it felt kind of over the top. Like it
Yeah.
Yeah,
almost for me is righteous. And it did break me actually, because I didn't know how to respond
Yeah.
to how dramatic he just said that. Like that
yeah. And
character.
the
So I
tone
had
was
that
funny as hell.
character, you know what I mean? I'm like, what, dude? And if you kept rolling and we didn't laugh and it wasn't cutting, I would have found it. I would have just been like Percy laughing at how dramatic the employee was being. But
Yeah.
like that made it like, and that was the name of the
Yeah.
film. Like that shit was so funny because he
I,
said it kind of like Jack Nicholson too.
well,
I thought,
that's what I love because then I did that because when he said it, and then I pan the camera to your face, and you're just kind of like, and then I go to Susan, and Susan's like, and then
right,
I go to Ed, and Ed's just like, and then I
right,
come back to you, and that's when you deliver the Jack Nicholson line where you're just
right,
like,
yeah,
what was it? Good times and noodle salad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit was very funny. Mike did a great job on that.
He
Yeah.
Cracked
did.
me up. Cracked me up.
Yeah, and
Uh,
also the
th-
one part with him and Ed when they were talking, and he's like, "Oh, so your hero's a gigolo?" And like,
oh
you
yeah,
know, Ed kind of pauses, like, "Well, yeah, I mean, no, he's a pimp."
yeah. There's a distinction,
Yeah,
right?
gigolo. Like, no, he's a
Yeah.
pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, pimp, but I know
Yeah.
we know what you mean.
It's so
Right.
funny, like watching that and like when going through the edit, and I was like, oh man, like it's difficult because I started as since I guess I became the director, I was like, oh, I wish I would have been more in tune at this point but also I didn't think of the jokes until the next day. Like
Well,
you
of
know,
course.
where I was like, oh man, I wish Mike could have responded here, and then I could have had Ed do this. But
Yeah.
that's what we take into the next one.
It's like a hindsight.
Yeah. When you have your scripted one, you can do it any way you want.
Exactly.
And as many takes as you want.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like I feel like if I write a script, it's gonna be like I'm not gonna be married to any of my dialogue. You know, it's almost gonna be placeholder because I kind of want actors to. My key thing is I want people to, you know, commit and deliver naturally and be, you know, authentic. So if it's like a line of dialogue doesn't fit them, it's like find a way to make it fit. But this is the main idea of what we're going to go for.
Yeah, well, that's nice. That's flexible of you. I think some actors don't jive with that, to be honest. So
Yeah.
it's really going to depend on your personnel, I would suspect.
Yeah.
And
Because
also
some people.
too, I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead, Tim.
Also too, with with most lines, that's the key for the other actor to come in with his part, especially in a scripted situation. So obviously, if you change something on the fly, just let the person know, hey, I'm going to say this. That was your trigger word, and I use the word trigger word, as in the last line might be, okay, I'm done with you. After you come in. So if you have to change that line, you just have to let that person know, hey, I'm gonna change this line.
Cue line, right?
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it's always good. And every director that I've worked with, they want you to stay within the script. Some guys are exact words only. And then you have guys where, I might see something that cuts a little shorter but says the same thing, and I'll say it that way. If they have more than one take, they always got one for safety, and they got what they like, and they got what I put in. Right. But if you give us that freedom, I mean, obviously we won't go, off script to where we're just like talking about something that don't make sense. But that's the good part about working with people that are friends. Right. You don't have any divas in the room.
Right. That's what was
your last line was this, and you were supposed to say that, and you threw me off, and now I can't remember my line.
Well, and that shit, that's people getting insecure.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean, looking for some sort of out. That's what was cool. You did assemble a nice squad. We were all together for a long time, so
yeah.
But I think we all understood the assignment, that we were, you know what I mean? We're all in on it.
Yeah.
Somebody asked would you do it again? I would personally. I'd be involved in anything. In fact, take it or leave it, Paul, would be very funny if you do it next year. And truly take it or leave it. I'm riffing. If we pick up the moment after the 40s cracked.
Hey, let's do it.
Then that becomes super meta for the auditors. They might be like, oh, I remember this. And it's 4.5 minutes of whatever takes place. No, it could be a completely different thing.
Yeah.
But by the way, I'm not pushing that on you. That just came to me.
Honestly, I think it's great. Like it would be kind of funny because there were a lot of people that have done the first two.
Right.
And, like the winner this year or from last year they went a different direction.
Right.
With they kind of did like a office style interview thing with like cuts in between, like what are they called, like interstitials, and it was good. It was funny. The guy, I swear I thought he was Dax Shepard.
Oh yeah,
dude, I was like, oh my god, that's Dax Shepard, and it's like, no, it's not. But no, I think that would be kind of funny, is to kind of like make it a series.
Yeah, possibly, right? Like that. It might be just like the moment after, or whatever. Who knows what?
And that would be funny too, because it would be a good follow up. And the main thing too is, with that, I would say if you do it again next year, punchline after punchline. Don't even give people a chance to react. And it just jokes or whatever. Just punchline, punchline, punchline. If you get them chuckling, they'll remember that.
Yeah.
There was a few films once they were showed. I mean, everybody was just kind of sitting there stoic, just looking at the film, and I was like, "Ooh," and nobody laughed. Like, that's supposed to be a part where you chuckled and nobody chuckled. I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah. That's where it was like I felt uncomfortable a little bit. Like there were some that made you feel uncomfortable because it was like that was a joke that didn't land.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And as a comedian, that can sink your career.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would we so what's next and when? We don't know. I don't know. I think what's next really is cutting the director's cut and getting that finished and buttoned up. I've been toying with the idea of actually hiring a professional colorist, maybe, depending on see what's what, get some quotes,
That's cool.
and making it look legit, seeing if I can cut together something that, is longer and maybe a little better, maybe resubmit to some other stuff.
It's a good goal.
Yeah, and then in the meantime, also kind of workshopping ideas and seeing, what string do I want to pull next to do something, and like longer form. Because I think it
Right.
would be
And
great
I
to
would,
closer to a feature,
but
whether if it's 40 minutes plus or under 40 minutes, like I feel like I'm ready to do something longer that's maybe a little bit more involved instead of a single day shoot in one location.
and I say too, same cast, man. I think for what we did, there's a great chemistry in that room,
That's
and that's you can't make that up.
right.
Either people are going to get along and work together, or it's just not going to work. But
Yeah,
everybody put their egos to the side and just threw out their ideas and shut up when we need to shut up. And 4 minutes. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
once you got to that point, everybody was on point, man. So I think I would
yeah.
definitely use the same cast if I was you.
Everybody bought in, which was great, and everybody came to play, and that's what was so much fun. And I'll be honest, like I don't know if she's here watching, but Susan,
She
like
nailed it, dude.
I didn't expect. I had Susan do like one little thing in this promo I did for their wine, because they had this like Halloween wine night, and we made like a horror film, and we did. I had Susan do a The Shining with the two little girls in the hallway.
Uh-huh.
Had her shoot, and I just duplicated her. I just masked her on top, and I had her do this thing, and it was great, but it was just like a quick one line thing. It was like I forget what the line was, but it was basically "Come play with us, Jeremy," I think it was, and yeah. So I would love to have her back, because she kind of blew me away. It was like kind of like, who knew?
The dialogue in that room, and I was outside. When I say I was sticking my head in, I
Yeah.
was listening, and I was like, "That's it right there." I said, "Whatever they're doing in there is right there, is what it is." That dialogue and the way she fired back at Percy, she chopped him up, and he wasn't even bothered. He was like, "Okay, I hear you, but
Yeah.
my name on those Emmys still."
Yeah. And that's the thing, is I also want to get the line. I guess I'm giving away like the entire director's cut.
That's okay. So what?
But,
They have to put it in
I
context
haven't seen
anyway
it
to
yet.
see it.
yeah, but like there's
Hearing is different from seeing it.
can you
Everybody
get your feet off the
dies.
desk?
Everybody
Like,
dies.
I think can you get your feet off the desk? Like I gotta put that.
Oh yeah.
You
Like
know?
that. I like that moment. Well, that's
Yeah.
my favorite part about
With the
acting
little red
anyway.
Dorothy slippers at that. I was like,
Living in the
really?
moment.
Dorothy
Yeah.
slippers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a fugue state when this stuff happens anyway, so I do try to just listen and respond, which is,
Yeah.
they say is when the best stuff comes out. If you're truly listening and responding, as opposed to having a relatively preconceived notion,
Right.
don't just do something, stand there, is something an acting teacher used to say. And I kind of like that, because I can overact for sure personally, and I always want to keep something moving, or and so sometimes I need to make sure, like, no, it's okay. Less is more. But with
Mhm.
Percy, because you guys and Paul, you gave the character the status because someone needed the status. But invariably, if Percy had the status, at least in the context of the film, because of he was the boss literally, um, Susan's character, Alexa, what is it?
Alyssa.
Alicia.
Alyssa
Alicia Jones.
Jones, she had a
Alicia
lot of
Jones.
status,
Yeah.
and so did Mr. Mack. Like, so there invariably. Imagine if you wrote a script out. Imagine if it was a 25-minute piece you had to submit. Invariably, the conflict beyond the zombies, which is existential, the conflict would have truly arisen between, I suspect, those three characters and what their where their status lie.
Yeah.
Mr. Mack is the pimp and his expectations at large, how he interacts with the guy who actually is cutting the checks, right? Me
Right.
with Alyssa, who's not down with being, she doesn't need to shrink herself. But of course, we only had 4 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's because I really wanted to dive into some of that with
Yeah.
especially like I wanted you to like kind of like I really wanted to get like you and Ed more like tension. I wanted that to kind of come out, like, you know,
Yeah.
like because I don't know, from the beginning I was just seeing you operate in your Christmas special and then working with Ed before. I'm like, these two could play
You
really
could
well together.
yeah.
I thought the dynamic of him being the Sammy Davis Mac fanboy,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, it's true. We didn't get to,
yeah,
but there's you only can do so much,
yeah,
you
Yeah.
know? You can do
100%.
anything, but you can't do everything. Someone told me that recently.
Yep.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the finger cuff too part.
Oh yeah.
Come on, it's a finger fucked.
Yeah.
A lot of people use that in their film with the finger
Oh,
cuffs.
dude.
I
Yeah.
Is
was
that right?
surprised. I was
Yeah.
surprised. Yeah.
There were so many people that used finger cuffs or
Yeah.
refer-
Reference. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would say over half of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And here we thought it was like this, like,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I had never even
like,
heard of it, to be honest.
right.
So you were like, yeah.
Yeah, and there were mentions to Rick Darris. So when we said Rick Darris' podcast, like that whole thing, like it was interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people, believe it or not, were on the same wavelength. They just created different content.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. And there
Where
was
everything got incorporated, the radio, the line, some were
Yeah.
good, some were bad. But
Yes.
I mean,
some things I feel like were just thrown in there, like they
Yeah.
just kinda like, it was like, oh, we have this movie, and then we're just
Right.
gonna put these things in these areas, and then some actually like integrated them well,
Mhm.
and things pretty well, but.
How'd the hot dog movie go over?
Dog punch. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it to you like this. The first thing I thought when I seen the title, I was like, I hope this is a white guy that's going to punch this dog.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
seen what, we've seen
Right.
what happened to Michael Vick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I can say that because I'm the black guy.
Yeah.
But I was like, dog punch? Like, what the hell? I said, oh, dude, people are going to walk out if he punches the
Yeah.
dog. But the hot dogs, he killed them all. All
Yeah.
the hot dogs died. But it was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silly.
For me, it was
It was very silly. It was funny, though.
yeah. He
Was it the most absurd one on a level?
No,
no.
not at all.
No.
Say the most absurd one was probably
The
Ah,
dog
bullshit.
thing. Really be a dog.
it would be the dog thing, but I mean, like the AI one in the
Wow.
first block, like that was absolutely absurd. Nothing made sense.
Hmm. Like
You
not, yeah.
It made no sense. And there was like a brief second where I was like, oh, this is stop motion. And then it was like you see the little watermark that said King whatever AI, and I was like, oh. And you heard like a distinctive groan throughout the audience.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. And then there was, then there was the other one where it was like Alyssa Jones was like a 1950s robot made thing, and it was like,
Yeah.
at least it made sense, but at the same time, it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't all that. It wasn't.
Creativity is in the eye of the creator.
Yeah. But I mean,
Steph said she wouldn't want to see Sammy Davis Mack and Ed's character interact too. They could certainly be a spin-off. Like
There we
that
go.
could be, you know what I mean?
Ed,
Like,
yeah. Ed sent me a message last night, and it was really, really sweet and really nice. And he talking about how proud he is of
awesome.
us and everything we did. And he said, I think he said something about how he can't act, but he'd love to write. And he's like, I'm really good at like creating ideas. I'm like, I know, Ed, but you are a good actor. Like, the fact that you were able to react and come up with things, on the fly the way you do, and you deliver it so naturally.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I'm like,
everything he said was believable.
So I think we need to do something and strike while the iron's hot and get Ed back on camera.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing is like I thought everybody was great. Even and it was the next day. When I was editing, Mikey actually came and brought lunch for me to check on me. So he came to check on me and wanted to see how it was going. And he was like, I think I got the bug. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean the bug? And he goes, working with Tim and Righteous, like, I just want to do it. I want to. I was like, all right,
let's go.
We're gonna make stuff.
Every director has this core cast of people. We don't have to go through names, but we'll just start with Spike Lee. Think
Oh
about
yeah.
the 5 people that he worked with and the people he's still working with today.
Oh yeah.
Denzel, of course, being number one. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. Having your core group of people. Like he was saying the other day about making movies with your friends.
Yeah.
First of all, if there's no budget, your friends are the only ones that are going to work for free, nothing, or lunch.
Yeah.
Only because we love the craft. We love you, obviously, Paul, as a director or DP, whatever, and working together. So what people don't understand, man, sometimes you got to put shit together. We're about the money later.
Yeah.
You know, but if there's a chemistry there, I mean, come on, man. Everybody started on a shoestring. But Kevin Smith, prime example, in
Oh,
front
yeah.
of the Quick Stop. I mean, come on, dude. When the first budget movie was what, $23,000 on credit cards?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was back in what, the 80s or 90s?
Yeah, 91, I think. 90,
Yeah,
90.
come on, dude.
And then, but then you had Robert Rodriguez. He made El Mariachi on $7,000, and that was all friends. Oh yeah, and he was like, "This is a practice film. I don't want to put this into film festivals." And they were like, "Nope, we're putting it in film festivals. It's great." And then that led to Desperado and everything else he's done.
Wow.
So
if you got something, create it, then put it out there.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. That's
I don't care. I don't care how many people scroll by my content when I push it out. I don't care how many people watch the movies that I'm in. It's out there. And I can say I'm an actor because I have films out. So I don't care where they're at, whether on Prime, Tubi, whatever, they're out. And when people try and downplay your craft, you got to look at the people who are talking. You know, are you an actor? And how many films you have? Because no actor on any level is looking down at a new actor or an actor who is re-emerging back into the scene. So I don't listen to people like that shit. Fuck that. You got an idea, put it out, man. Put it out.
Yeah. And now I feel like I can actually finally call myself a filmmaker.
You are. You made a film. It doesn't matter how long it was. It could have been 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how to operate a camera.
Bro,
you know what
and
you're doing.
you did it.
Yeah, it was like this moment that I had where I was out in Aspen and I took a photo and it was like a really good photo and I was like, I can call myself a photographer.
Yeah.
You know? And then now it's like, you know what? I actually made a film that wasn't just myself.
No, that's cool to witness. I witnessed that in you, and I barely know you, so like, but I recognized it in you because I can relate to.
He's got it.
When like, yeah, but like like the when you see like a maturity in someone like that, you feel like, because I can relate to trying to produce something, I can relate to bringing people together and like and having a giant ambition, and everyone's giving all their time. If just the most generous thing a person can do is offer their time, honest to God. And so you did a really great job, dude. I'm proud of it too. Like Ed was right on. Because it's talk is cheap, and some projects are better than others, some are easier, some are not fun. If things didn't go well, like peace, like good luck to you, but like nope, not interested in. But like nothing, like not that I'm like, not because I'm better or worse, it's just like if the vibe isn't there, no, I'm gonna go look, I'm going somewhere else. And I think it's very attractive what you're doing, Paul, and what you set up. Yeah, kudos.
Thank you.
Yeah,
likewise.
I'm gonna get out of here, dudes. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
We're at about an hour, so unless anybody else has any questions in the chat, but I think
thanks for having me, and nice to meet y'all. Steph, Dan, who else was in there? Lisa, Mr. Drummond, Charles Drummond.
Yeah,
who's Mr. Drummond?
He's a Yardley boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big up the Yardie, 215-267.
Yeah. 215. Next movie, Simeon Mac and Righteous Jolly, Pimpin' Ain't Easy. It's hard out here.
You want wrath? I'll give you wrath.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks so much for hopping on and and chatting. It's been great.
Likewise. See you soon. If we don't see you, we'll see you at the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk
also, Paul.
Yeah.
When are we going to IG with that clip? You want to do another run, or you let me know when you're ready?
Yeah, I think because right now we're gonna just keep it funneling to the YouTube, but and see where it goes.
I don't want to hurt your numbers. I'm just ready to promote it on my other platforms.
I got you. But yeah,
I got a few platforms out there,
OnlyFans.
Those are only for my foot pics.
Oh, okay. All
right, guys. Love y'all, man.
Yeah,
Talk to you soon. Let's work soon.
yeah. Let's get something in the works.
Gotcha.
Thanks,
Peace,
everybody.
friends.
All right, man. Peace.
See ya.
See you guys.